What if I told you that beneath your feet lies a 2000-year-old city completely intact, but you've never heard of it? Hey, history lovers, ever felt like the Colosseum and Machu Picchu are a bit overdone? Don't get me wrong, they're incredible. But today, we're diving into the hidden corners of history that your Instagram feed hasn't discovered yet. These places are so off the beaten path, even some history professors might scratch their heads. Imagine living in a city carved entirely underground, complete with churches, wineries, and even stables. Welcome to Derinkuyu, Turkey, an ancient underground metropolis that could house 20,000 people. Yeah, you heard that right. While everyone's fighting for the perfect selfie at the Blue Mosque, you could be exploring an entire civilization built beneath the earth. These tunnels stretch 8 levels deep into the ground. Think of it as an ancient apartment complex, except instead of avoiding your neighbors in the elevator, people were avoiding invading armies. Talk about extreme home security, right? The crazy part? They discovered this place when a local resident knocked down a wall in his basement in 1963. Now let's hop over to Cambodia. Everyone knows Angkor Wat, but have you heard of Koker? This remote pyramid temple could give the Mayans a run for their money. Built in the 10th century, it was the capital of the Khmer Empire for a brief but intense period. Picture this. A 7-tiered pyramid rising 36 meters high in the middle of the jungle, with hardly another tourist in sight. The best part? You can actually climb to the top, something you definitely can't do at most famous pyramids. But here's the kicker. Archaeologists recently discovered entire cities hidden in the jungle around Koker using laser technology. We're talking about a medieval metropolis larger than modern-day Paris, just sitting there under the trees. Mind blown yet? Let's switch continents and head to Iran, to a place that looks like it was built by giants. Welcome to Choga Zambil, a 3300-year-old ziggurat that's basically the ancient world's version of a skyscraper. While tourists flock to Persepolis, this UNESCO site often sits empty, despite being one of the best-preserved ziggurats in the world. Each brick here has a story to tell. Some even have ancient inscriptions that are basically the world's oldest construction labels. Imagine leaving a note for someone to read 3,000 years later. The architects were so ahead of their time, they even designed the world's first air conditioning system using wind towers and underground channels. Now, let's head somewhere completely different. The remote islands of Scotland. On the Isle of Rousay, nicknamed the Egypt of the North, there's a 5000-year-old tomb called Mid Howie Cairn. Picture a massive stone house built for the dead, so well preserved it looks like it could have been constructed yesterday. The wild part? This entire island has more archaeological sites per square mile than anywhere else in Europe. Yet on any given day, you might be the only visitor here. While tourists queue up at Stonehenge, you could be having a personal encounter with Neolithic history. Everyone talks about Machu Picchu, but have you heard of Cuelap? Perched higher than Machu Picchu and built 600 years earlier, this fortress city of the Chachapoyas culture is nicknamed the Machu Picchu of the North. The walls here reach up to 60 feet high. That's taller than a 5-story building. But here's something even cooler. The entire site was built with more stone than the Great Pyramid of Giza. And unlike its famous cousin to the south, you might share this entire ancient city with just a handful of other adventurous souls. Now, let's venture into the Sahara Desert to a place that looks like it's straight out of Star Wars. The ancient Roman city of Leptis Magna in Libya is one of the most impressive Roman sites in the world, and almost nobody visits it. We're talking about a complete Roman city with theaters, baths, and markets, all preserved by desert sands. The marble and limestone buildings here are so well preserved, you can almost hear the echoes of ancient footsteps. And the best part? Unlike Rome, where you have to imagine what buildings looked like above ground level, many structures here still stand 2 or 3 stories high. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time and history. If you enjoyed exploring these hidden historical gems, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and become part of our travel community. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so leave a comment below and share this video with your friends who love adventure as much as you do. Stay tuned for our next video where we'll continue to uncover the world's most fascinating destinations. Until then, happy travels!